Wow. Okay. That completely sucks. Um. hmm.
So you have to you have to go over it again and play your voice in.
I actually don't know. I was just gonna do it, but because I usually turn off the mic. Huh. Oh, that's okay. I'll just keep recording. Um. No, actually, that's probably wrong. I wanted to give this VOD to you so that you'd be able to go over it again or listen to it over again.
It's okay. I got your point. So
Yeah.
isn't that needed in the first part? The main part begins now. So
All right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep recording then, and I'll probably just cut
yeah.
it. I don't know.
hmm
So just keep playing the replay. It's good to know that you don't want to take fire spirit damage. That's one thing you definitely picked up. So in this position, pause it. Pause it. So you're sitting at 10. Your decision was to drop archers. This is not a bad decision. You can play archers at the back like you did, or you can split it behind your furnace. When you split your archers behind your furnace, it gives you no how to say it.
So fireball here would be high value because he hits furnace and kill one archer.
You make that decision if like you want him to fireball you. There are
Yeah.
certain situations where you want him to fireball you. If the position is like uh if you know that you don't want him to have fireball in your hand, you can force him to do something like that. You can give him that kind of juiciness. If he doesn't do it, it's fine because you still get your archers out. You know they defend.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Uh, but your other option here is you can play archers. Then you can also just miner the right tower. It's totally
I
fine.
could miner here, kill off the archer. The next fire wave
You
will
don't
hit
even
the
need
top.
you don't even need to kill off the archer. You can wait till the archer goes out of range. Play miner all the way at the back of the tower.
Okay.
Yeah, you mine it all the way at the back of the tower. You get so and so chip damage depending on what he plays to defend it. From his hand, he can play Ely Barbs. He can zap and then play minions, whatever. But as long as you start building up that damage, starting now.
No. As much damage as I do in the early game, and so less rockets have to land.
Yeah. So go ahead. Play the replay. So right now, like your hand, I would miner. There's no reason to hold. Like the bowler should be played right now defensively. You see this
Yeah.
archer and fire spirit.
Yeah. So this archer died.
Yeah, your defense was a little bit too late. You could have just zapped that and it could have been done.
Oh.
Don't be afraid to just zap. The bowler was a huge commitment, a huge like defense that you could have used here. So if you pause it now too, the bowler was both an overcommitment to essentially what you did was you played a bowler for one archer
Oh.
and two fire spirits that came from the furnace.
Hmm.
You see it, right?
Oh.
The bowler in this deck is used when only needed,
Okay.
and then it puts pressure on the map by being a slow counterattacker. That's what the bowler is there for.
Yeah.
If he had played Elite Barbs with that Archer plus Fire Spirit push,
Then the bowler would be good.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So in that position, if you go back and look at it, the play there was to zap. Don't be
Or to
afraid
play.
to zap.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time to be afraid to zap is if you see that he's playing a Goblin Barrel deck, but we're not. We don't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. And this now your furnace is kind of pointing in the direction of a tower that is like this is not a favorable furnace positioning for you. You want it to be on the right side because you're furnacing into the lane where he has a higher tower. He and your tower is lower. It's not exactly good for you.
Okay, now he got now high value from his fireball.
Yeah, you want to be splitting. So your archers on the left, furnace on the middle. This and your miner positionings have been. You want to play your miners like almost directly right on top of the tower. You want it to touch the tower. I noticed that you've been playing your miner and kind of positioning it so that the miner has to walk just even one step is kind of big. Because you're missing out on about 50 damage right there. Like right there, you see that tiny step?
No. So never on the exact edges.
Yeah, yeah. You want to put it. You want to feel that tower when you put the cursor on it. The bowler is okay here. Don't leak elixir. Totally fine as a furnace. He fireballs you. I would drop Mega Minion. I would drop Miner. You can start the fireball. I mean, rocket right now. But from here on out, I think that's it. He gained furnace advantage on you, and I think he just surprised you with too much damage with the RG.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's do another game.
Yep.
Ready? Alright, let's go in.
So I would split archers if he doesn't do anything aggressive to get to my furnace, splitting them. Okay, he got a. I think it would ignore it and place my furnace to the left.
Place it to the right. You want to place it away from the tombstone. If that was your play. Defend against that musketeer. So he's shown you that he has good ice golem, good reflexes there.
I think I don't have to. Okay, archers are here to take out this Mega Minion.
Now what do you want to do?
Miner him.
Why?
To get to support the archers and to get to my furnace.
Your furnace is already in your hand.
Wasn't it just the next card?
No. I mean, if we go back and look, we'll see.
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much right now. Keep in mind what he has. That he has a Lava Hound. A little bit late on the Mega Minion timing. Yeah. You don't want your furnaces to be taking damage. He's been playing a lot of cards next to his tower too. You want to use Rocket when possible if he's playing into it.
I would play Bowler to tank. No, okay, was.
That's okay. That's okay. Remember, we just go back and watch it again. I think you could have actually just rocketed there, but. You could rocket right there on his Ice Wizard.
Even rocketing one?
Yeah, rocketing just one an Ice Wizard is totally fine. But it has to be next to a tower.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fine. Interesting rocket.
To force a reaction.
Do you know how to pull? Do you know how to pull lava hounds with furnaces? With buildings?
I think it's this one. Place it
right there. If you know that a lava hound's going to come out, start placing your furnaces there. Distract that Mega Minion. Kill it with archers.
That.
You need your bowler. You want to set your bowler so that they hit all 3 units. Don't let anything get a hit on your tower at this moment. Mega Minion to kill off his Mega Minion. Minor Rocket.
Really? Minor rocket?
Yeah, Minor Rocket. You are on a time limit right now. And you need to get out your damage.
Okay.
Do you know how much damage Rocket does in tournament round?
490 some stuff.
So what do you need to do right now?
Get back to my rocket. Okay, so rocketing a 3 elixir card beside a tower is worth it?
If you're in a position where you're not going to die immediately, yes.
Okay.
Let's go back and watch the replay. Okay, so in a hand like this, totally fine to just drop archers. By the way, just pause it. I just want to talk about minor opening hands too. If your hand was say Zap, Minor, Bowler, Rocket, what would you do to open up?
Just send in a naked miner to his tower. Maybe he plays minions or Skarmy to defend, so I get value out of my Zap.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Feel totally comfortable with just sending a naked miner to a tower.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed that while you're playing is that you don't take your miner opportunities. I guess because you just don't see it and because you're too focused on defense, but you can absolutely do it. So go ahead and play it. You have options here. You see Musketeer, you can rocket that, but you play archers, totally fine. As soon as you see this tombstone going in the opposite direction, play your furnaces the other way. Because then you completely bypass the tombstone and you get your furnace damage down. Here, he plays Lava Hound kind of weirdly, but you see this one moment, pause it. If we were to rewind about 10, like not even 10, 5 seconds, he messed up his Musketeer placement as if you had played Mega Minion right away, it would have targeted onto the Musketeer, killed it, and then kept attacking the Lava Hound. But with that little bit of wait time, the Lava Hound walks up, and then now you have to zap this Musketeer, putting you at a -2 when you could have had that +2 for more defense. This Lava Hound, what he just did, like, do you think it's a good move? Do you think it's a bad move?
To do what?
This, like, you should be questioning your opponent too. The fact that he just drops like this Lava Hound, what does it tell you?
Don't know. Want to support this Musketeer, doesn't have anything else to do.
If we think about like if we take into account timer, if we take into account what a Lava Hound push should look like, if we take into account what typical Lava Hound support looks like, right? You have Mega Minion behind it after it's played all the way at the back. You have miners ready, you have fireballs ready. The fact that he played Lava Hound right at the bridge with a Musketeer that's already halfway there, this Lava Hound does not mean much. If you take care of this Musketeer, his push is dead. You are ahead now because he just invested how much?
He invested 7 elixir without doing anything because he doesn't get any support with it.
Yeah.
And the only possible play is the Mega Minion because 7.
Even if he played the Mega Minion, if you look at his elixir right now, where would he be after he plays his Mega Minion?
Don't know.
He would be at 0, right?
Yeah, right. Of course, yeah.
If he's at 0 and you defend all of this, you could come out of this play with like a +6, +7 elixir advantage on him.
Just a free rocket.
Easy. This is the same as someone just dropping a giant and his Musketeers in front of the giant.
No.
You see it a little bit more clearly now, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, free giant for me.
Yeah, right.
If you had taken that, play right there, you could have gotten that elixir. But go ahead, keep playing it.
Yeah.
You zap it. Okay. You need a right there. You see that you have the ice golem ready. Perfect. Let the mega minion take care of the pups. I would play archers as you did, so you could take that out, take no damage. Set up your furnaces again. Your damage.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
And here I played the miner instead of setting up the furnace.
Because like, uh, let's talk about why this miner would have been inefficient. Okay.
Hmm?
Which one of your towers has the lower HP?
Obviously this one, the left one.
Which one of his towers has the lower HP?
None, because both of at max HP.
So if you send miner to in the lane of the archer, which lane is that?
It's left lanes, he defend and leftovers attacked tower with my with the most HP. So if I send a miner on the right side, he has to defend it, and I can tank leftover with my right tower. That's max HP.
Yeah. So if we go back and backtrack, which one would have been better to play, the furnace or the miner, and where?
Yeah, obviously the furnace to chip on the right. He has to defend archers. Both archers will do around 300 damage.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So
And yeah.
now if you play furnace in the right lane, you have archers in the left lane. You have dual lane pressure.
Yeah. Right.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we learned that playing miners into lanes where there's no reason for the miner to be there makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Sorry. If you have furnace going into the right lane, and now you have miner, you can play miners with the furnace plus like a little attack or something, and now you're guaranteed like this little push.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Keep playing the replay.
No, I shouldn't have played miner just because of the graveyard.
You just have to ask yourself, like, what can this push get me? Like, what is the most positive thing that could happen here, and is it worth it then?
Yeah.
At this point, if we follow through with your decision, this is totally fine. The musketeer's late though, because it was able to hit the furnace. Your furnace needs to be able to stay alive as much as possible. Leaking elixir a little bit here. You want to catch yourself every single time you do that.
Yeah.
So here, pause it, pause it. Why didn't you rocket here?
Yeah, rocketing him so he pops. He tanks for the pops. Yeah, would be good.
But why is it a good move?
Just because it's a positive elixir trade, because I kill off the leftovers behind Lava Hound. Lava Hound will probably pop instantly, and the IG will probably detank the pups, so I just prevent damage on my tower.
I think that the term positive elixir trade has like really, it's a fun term, but I think it's overall hurt a lot of people in the long run because they just keep going back to that. The reason why this works is because of his misplay. He is playing a huge tank at before 2 times elixir. Take a look at the time. What's the time?
Yeah, it's 17, so 17 seconds before double elixir time.
Do you think that after everything he did there, that he could afford this huge push and kill you?
No.
Exactly. This rocket doesn't need to be a positive elixir trade. It just needs to stop him because he's overextending.
I think that's my experience with the rocket. I never played it, so I normally
Even if
don't
this
use
rocket
it. So.
was fireball, you would fireball zap here.
Yeah, okay, right.
In the same exact fashion. It would still be 6. The rocket doesn't change. The function of what you're trying to do here doesn't change.
Okay.
So, but instead, like what you do is you play bowler. That's kind of really awkward because it doesn't hit air. The Mega Minion takes it out, and the bowler is 5. The rocket is 6, but the bowler doesn't live. You lose the card.
Right.
You don't get the value out of it.
Mm.
So, like, this like one of the big things I try to tell people about following card cycles is and trying to understand your opponent is to understand what they can do, what is feasibly within the realm of what they can do. You know that someone drops a golem at the bridge at like 2 minutes before 1 minute before elixir overtime. Can he do that and kill you reliably?
No.
No. Nothing happened in the game to tell him that he can do that. So that's a bad move, which means that if you defend it, you can go ahead and push and kill him.
No.
Understanding that what he just did right there is not something he can do allows you to make decisions that are logical and smart so that you can take advantage of the situation. That's what the rocket does. Got it? Okay, so keep playing it. Keep playing it.
Yeah, I played a bowler to tank, and I had an ice golem that tanked. So
Yeah, essentially,
it was just useless.
It evened up and nothing really happened.
Yeah. I think it's some
See right
sort
here?
of
Okay, pause it
playstyle.
again.
Yeah.
If you saw right there, the Ice Wizard was played. You were sitting on 10 for a good 2-3 seconds. You could 1 minor. You could 2 rocket. You could 3 set up play ice golem. 4 you can drop ice golem mega minion. There's a lot of plays that could have happened right then. You missed all of them. So now this rocket cannot be used. This mega minion is out of position. This ice golem will not do anything. This miner can still be used, but you're also leaking.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play. Pause it. If you see this, is there an immediate answer to this push right here?
Yeah, just rocket all 3.
Just rocket it. Feel completely comfortable with just rocketing it. All you have to do, just rocket. If you play bowler here, what happens? The Mega Minion walks in, gets like maybe 2, 3, no, probably 3, 4 hits. The Musketeer gets about 2 hits before she dies to the knockback. The Ice Wizard won't be hitting your bowler, but will be stopping your Furnace Spirits. So your bowler dies, this Mega Minion dies, this Musketeer dies, the Ice Wizard lives, and it's an overall net positive bad for you. Because it sets you up in the next few seconds for a bad play. Because what are you going to do? Miner, then play Furnace. Furnace to a Ice Wizard that's still alive. Doesn't look good. But if you rocket all of it, you keep going on with your cycle. And now you're set up. Now you can set yourself up to Miner like normal. Set yourself up to Furnace again.
Yeah, right.
Okay, keep going.
And now I rocket just nothing.
You rocket. That's totally fine because like it's a card that you haven't like really had experience with, and I'm asking you to play with this card. But I want you to play with this card because I want you to realize that you're missing out on a lot of opportunities. Because when you stop focusing on using cards like Fireball or Zap or Log that everybody can just throw around, you play like less precisely. When you have a Rocket, it forces you to play precisely. It forces you to think about how you're using your elixir at all moments.
Yeah.
And I want you to see this clearly that there are just a lot of things that you could be doing that you're not. So right here, the ice golem is best used as like a distractor, and then you kill whatever's it's being distracted. Typically with air units, you drop ice golem, then you drop archers on the side. The archers kill the mega minion, and then archers kill whatever's behind it too.
Yeah.
Instead, like you're your positioning made it so that it targeted the ice lava hound, and then the lava hound, like, you don't really want, like, all you need is one mega minion going at it. That's all you really need. As long as you
Yeah.
keep it alive, you're totally fine.
That rocket was just late.
Oh, it's fine. Just the rocket is there to just put a timer on him.
Yeah.
You know that he doesn't have anything to get through quite. As long as you play your furnaces correctly, as long as you kill his backline, he doesn't really have anything. Because he doesn't have a miner, because he doesn't have a balloon, he doesn't have these kill cards. His deck is just not very good. You could take advantage
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions so far?
I think it's just did not. I don't have any experience with Furnace and Rocket, so I think it's
That's fine. We're gonna have
some
you build
problems, so I
experience with
don't
furnace.
play it.
If you want to play miner, you need to know how to do this. Because
Huh.
once you learn how to play with miner without like a lot of the crutches that a lot of people play with, your miner play when you do go use those spells again, it's going to be very on point.
Okay.
Furnace will teach you how to win early games. Rocket will teach you how to win late game.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Start again.
Okay. Yeah. Just starting.
Yeah.
Okay. Furnace, obviously, but
Just pick a lane, doesn't really matter.
yeah.
I favor the right lane for reasons. So watch him. Watch for what he's about. What he fireballs you.
Fireball. So
That's a good value for you. I would miner. Yep. You can wait till 10. You don't have to. You don't want to be rocketing too early. Yep. Hover zap. Perfect. You don't need to rocket. This furnace is gonna give you one more cycle, and this Mega Minion is free now. Okay. He plays Ice Golem, so now you can play your Ice Golem. Yep. Archers. I think you're going to need your bowler because of this Electro Wizard. No, actually, that's fine. Set up your furnace again. When people fireball you, that's typically the trade you want. That's a good trade.
okay. Rocket.
Yeah, I would rock it. He has a graveyard, so you. It's a little bit late, but the decision is correct. Yep, Ice Golem, Mega Minion. You need to do it quickly, so that both of them are attacking. This furnace should not be dead, because you need this furnace's
Yeah.
value. Just realize that Mega Minion is dead. So now you're thinking in your head, where do you think you are? I think that you're behind. So
Yeah.
if you're behind, play like you're behind. Play a bowler at the back. He just played Ice Golem. So this bowler acts as a way to invest elixir to make sure you're
And
not
he
dead.
will drop graveyard if this reached my side. So
Get ready for graveyard. Play furnace. Get ready with your archers and stuff. Drop your Ice Golem. Now focus on the front. Focus on the front and hold zaps and stuff for this bowler. Unfortunately, this bowler is in a really good position and it's hitting the tower too. But you need to start trading damage. Yep, miner. Get your rocket ready. Get your rocket ready. For Mega Minion. Rocket right now. Perfect. Now play your furnace again. You want to start setting up your defenses. And get ready for this Ice Wizard. You can drop bowler, ice golems and stuff, whatever, archers. Get your archer. You want to play archers away from your furnaces so they don't get value. That's what happens.
but
Fine. You need to rocket that tower. Rocket that tower. Keep the game going. Perfect. Set up your furnace at the back, behind your tower.
right here because of graveyard.
Exactly. Start thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Play your bowler to match his bowler. You can set it back. You can set it more back. That
Okay.
bowler's too up front because it's going to now face two units without tower. But now, yeah, you're gonna have to drop ice golems in front. set up your furnace. Your furnaces are your best friend right now. They're the biggest deterrent to graveyarding. I think you can play your archers. Get ready with your send out your miners. Now the game is in your hands. Yep, rocket that. See how when you're playing, understanding what they're going to do, and understanding where you can play your units, you can start playing for the future. This feels a lot smoother, right? Play bowler at the back, match his bowler. Try and match his bowler. Perfect. Start cycling your units.
But be slower than him.
Play your mega minion. Doesn't have to be ahead. Archers down there. Distract everything with ice golem. Send out your miners. Make sure that you don't die to graveyard with other furnaces, zaps, etc., etc. A lot of units right there. Keep cycling to your miners. Your miners are your win condition right now. Ice golem. Yep. Don't let that bowler hit the tower. Don't hit the...
But how can I stop him? That's the main problem.
The way he positioned his bowler, it was messed up. Like, he had to walk up.
Okay.
His bowler, if you were fast enough, you could play your bowler on top of his bowler. And then you can counter push with it. Graveyard is one of those cards where if you're not playing perfectly, you're most likely going to lose.
Okay.
So...
It's hard to play if someone commenting all the time your gameplay. It's funny.
I know. It's because, like, you're not used to the speed. You're not used to the speed of, like, you can do this, you can do this, I need you to play cards right now. It feels different, but eventually you're going to get there.
No. Okay.
No, don't. Cancel.
No, too late. I cancelled, but it waited too long.
A really good game to go over. But go ahead, yep, just keep playing. You can, yeah. It's just now you're in super ultra I need to defend mode. Have good defense. You actually got away with that because he didn't have a response. He plays a furnace now, so what do you think you should do?
Defend this.
Drop bowler, drop ice golem. Okay, good. When you're playing against elite barbs, it's better to play bowler right in front of the tower, similar to like how you play a hog. These two fire spirits are gonna take out yours.
No.
Take it slow right now. Take it slow. React to his minion, mega minion. React to his fire spirits.
So he split pressures now, but I want to hit this right tower, so the furnace on the right.
Okay. You can also rocket that furnace at the back too, if you ever feel.
But I got damage on this tower.
I know, but it might actually, like, the way he's playing for furnace dominance. If you take away that while you can play split pressure. That doesn't really matter, but it's like knowing your limits. With this deck, you probably don't because you don't play it, but fine.
No.
Archers are
shouldn't have done that.
Front, but
yeah.
The archers were free 3 for you. I would zap that. Get rid of that for right now. You can set up your furnace and then use bowler as a defense against his furnace.
But if I play bowler here...
You have a response to elite barbs, right? See it in your hand?
Yeah.
So why not play bowler? Don't be too late. You need archers, yeah. Your eyes should be on his side of the map. Your eyes should be glancing down toward your next card. So you should always know what cards you have in your hand, what cards you can play with. Yep, set the bowler. Play it in front of the tower. It's really awkward when you play it back there like that. know that your Mega Minion will die because of the Fire Spirit's
Ah,
power.
shit.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to Furnace control. When you don't rocket his tower back there, this is what happens.
No.
Unless you are really confident in dealing with the Furnace. Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I think that's elite barbs. All right, good game, good game.
No, not really.
Let's go back. Let's go through the graveyard replay, and then we'll go through this replay. Or which one do you want to do first?
Anyway, don't care.
Don't worry about it. There are losses, but you want to learn from each one. If you really take away from each one, you're not going to lose to this again. So you set up Furnace. Okay. He plays Musketeer. I want you to take a look at your elixir when you do this. Pause it.
3 to 9, so if he had now Elite Barbs, I would be dead.
No, you wouldn't be dead. But it would be a
But
really
tower
tough
would be down.
defense. It would be a tough
Yeah.
defense. When you make this decision, you have to be aware that this is the consequence. If
Yeah.
you feel like you're confident enough, or you know that you won't die from doing this, then the decision is fine. If you make this decision without understanding consequences, then this decision is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Thing is, he doesn't have a response, so he sets up his furnace. In your head right now, you should be saying like, all right, pause it. You're both playing against furnace versus pause it. Can you? Okay, there it goes. You guys are both playing furnace versus furnace. So what is your goal in furnace versus furnace?
Get ahead of the Furnace play.
You want furnace control. You want to be ahead
Yeah.
of furnaces. If we think about this like a seesaw, right? In the beginning, you start off with a furnace. Here, I'm gonna share a screen with you, okay?
Okay.
I think this is something. Or I might have done it wrong. Okay. Can you see my screen? You see the dog or whatever.
I see your OBS.
See my OBS. Okay. Wrong thing then. Screen. This one. Okay. You see it? You see the paint?
Yep.
So, if we take the board and we take the elixir, let's track it. King Tower, King Tower, King Tower, whatever. He played Musketeer here, right? That's 4.
Yeah.
You played
Furnace.
ugly ass line, but
Anyway.
yeah, you played Furnace here. That's also 4. Right now you're equal. Okay?
Yeah.
You rocket him. You rocket his Musketeer here. That's a -6.
Yeah.
You are at, I mean, we saw the replay. You're like 3, and he's like at 8, right? About 6. He's like 8 going on 9. Then he responds to you. He responds to you with his furnace. Puts him at around 5, and you're still behind. You're still behind, right? But your furnace and his furnace are now clashing. Overall, you need to understand where you're at the game. Right now, you are behind.
Hmm.
Right now, the game is like a seesaw. I want to use this term with you, like a pendulum, right?
Yeah.
This is the opponent, and this is you. So you need to play like that. You need to watch what he's doing. If you know that he's ahead in elixir, you're behind. He's going to hit 10 first. What does that tell you if he hits 10 first?
I'm behind in elixir. I have to play defense, and I have to react to his plays.
Yeah, it means that he's going to show what he has to do first. What did he do? If you remember from the replay, he
I don't
drops
know.
elite
Elite
barbs
barbs.
with ice golem over here, right?
Yeah.
So if you are able to successfully defend this, you're even. Once you're even, you can start dealing with his furnace without consequence.
Hmm.
Once you do that, you get furnace pressure, and now you're able to start stacking up your furnace.
Hmm.
Now you're able to start sending out your miners.
Yeah, right.
You follow me?
Hmm.
You need to know where you're at so that you can find what is important in the game at that moment. Like what phase of the game is important. This phase of the game is important because you after rocketing his musketeer, this guy chose like route C. Like route A is like kill you, just all in you, right? He didn't do that. Route B is set like a really slow push on you. He didn't do that either. Route C is that he just plays his own furnace. Now you have to start reacting to what he just did.
Yeah.
You have to keep in mind like what your goal is. Alright, let's go back to your share screen. So right here,
Is it better to place IG in the front and bowler in the back?
yes, yeah, bowler right in front of the tower, like how you would play against a hog rider, and then drop ice golem directly in front.
Okay.
You can put it as far as up as possible, but the result here is that this ice golem doesn't die. For some reason, extends the bowler further. If you do this perfectly, your bowler takes no damage.
Okay.
But when you play it like that, when you start trying to be really fancy with it, the bowler has almost half his health gone.
Hmm.
The reason why that's the good move there is because the bowler shoots in the front straight forward. The barbarians run at you straight forward.
Yeah.
The ice golem, as long as it doesn't touch your ice bowler, which it shouldn't after, well, I mean, it can, but it's not going to be that big of a detriment. The bowler just kills off the elite bars with the tower. Okay, so go ahead, play it. So right now he has furnace pressure on you. He killed his furnace. You can deal with both of these. You could have played like archers on the left, on the right, and then played mega minion on the left. Archers would take care of this almost dead furnace. You wouldn't have to deal with the mega minion on the left, and then you deal with this furnace on the left side. So pause it again. The reason why I would say rocket this furnace right here when it was at full health was so that you could set up your furnace and then you force him to play into you. If this was reversed position right now, we took out his furnace. You would have one furnace right now. His left tower would be a little bit damaged. His furnace would be gone. He would have this musketeer, ice golem out, and potentially elite barbs. You would at most have bowler going on ice golem. I think bowler going on ice golem is more than enough to handle musketeer, elite barbs, and ice golem.
I think that the worry about rocketing the first wrong tower, and second, I invest 6 elixir to trade to his 4 elixir, but Yeah,
It's
it's sometimes it's a good idea to be behind an elixir to let him make the first move.
yeah, it's sometimes okay. Well, in this position, I think it's good to give up elixir to put yourself in a winning position, to give yourself a winning position.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy already did it. He put himself into, I mean, starting with like your rocket, and then he had to take bad trades on his towers to set up a good place. But the good place allows him to play from a higher position the entire game, right? Like you never really felt like you were putting pressure on him. He was putting pressure on you everywhere
Uh,
because he set himself up in the early game for it.
uh,
And every time that you got overwhelmed is because they set up on you. If you only think about having elixir advantage now, you're never going to see past it. Sometimes it's good to have to be low, but be in a better place. Oh, it's like investment. Um, damn, like the way I think about it is like in StarCraft you have expansions. Like you have your
uh,
first base. If you ever play StarCraft, you have your first base.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, and then you expand, and then later on in the mid game, you have a much better economy to go off of. Furnace is kind of like that. Elixir collectors are definitely like that. Tombstones
Huh,
are sort of like that. Bowlers, like a lot of these cards, the term for it is staggering. Um,
huh,
when you stagger, you can put in elixir into a card, and then later on it'll make you value.
yeah.
Some cards do that better than others. Some of the best cards were elixir collector, princess,
uh,
giant, bowler. If you think about it, they all have something in common in that they're slow, in
yeah.
that they require a response, in that they give you time to react to an opponent play.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions, just remember, tell me.
At the moment, I think it's just.
It's a lot. I know it's a
Yeah,
lot.
no, it's a lot, but the problem is also the very unexperienced play, and yeah.
Yeah. Be quick about this. Yep. Perfect. That's exactly how you should respond to elite bars. They don't get anything, right? Easy. I mean, it gets a hit, but like dumb.
Yeah, these
Uh,
archers would dump. I
yeah,
should play them back. Or I shouldn't even play them
yeah.
because the next fire spirits.
The furnace was going to kill it for free.
Yeah.
Here, if you want to pause it yourself, you can talk about what do you think you should do right now. How does the game look like to you? Where is the game right at this moment?
I think I'm as I can see, I'm a bit ahead of Elixir, but he already has a furnace up, so I'm a
Are you
little
really
bit
ahead in Elixir?
behind. I'm one Elixir behind.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, just because he got 4 Elixir on the board in
Hmm.
form of a furnace, and got 3, and I got 6.
So if you play furnace right now to match him, you're behind, right?
No.
If you know that you're behind at this point, why aren't you trying your best to put yourself into a position where you like aren't behind a tempo on him? Furnace is a tempo card. It's very important to take that tempo from your opponent.
So, what should I have played?
Honestly, you have two options right now. You can play Furnace. Playing Furnace means that you will play from behind.
Yeah.
Two, you can play Bowler right now, defend the Furnace, and then buy yourself some time to think about what you're gonna do next. Do you want to start monitoring the right tower? Do you want to start setting up your Furnace behind the Bowler? What do you want to do? Which way do you think is going to make you to bring you back from this like rut? I have the answer, right? But it's really like you're gonna be ultimately the one after this coaching session who has to go back into these games and ask yourself like, what could I have done here?
Yeah. Maybe attacking with the miner, just to, or no, maybe a bowler to defend the furnace and make pressure. He played elite barbs right before.
Okay, so if you think about what you can do, so you play bowler, like think about it in your head, just like play the game out in your head. You play bowler, your bowler walks up slowly, kills off the furnaces. He defends your bowler with either elite barbs. It's probably not going to do elite barbs because you just played it. He either defends it with musketeer, the Skarmy that he has in his hand, but you don't know he has Skarmy.
No.
So let's assume that he defends your bowler now. What is your next move? Now you have to deal with his card coming in. Do you have a response to his card? And if you do have a response to his card, what is your next move after that? Do you now want to set up furnace? Do you want to start sending in miners? This is hard to do, but you want to think about it. If you can do this right, like eventually when you have enough knowledge, experience, wisdom from like watching replays and stuff, you'll be able to predict your opponent, and it's going to look like it's magic, but it's really not. You just understand. This is how people do crazy prediction fireballs. This is how people do. This is how people play in such a way that if you're ever playing against them, it feels like you can't touch them. Go ahead. Play the game. Pause it here. So right here, the reaction is a little bit slow. This is where I think that you should really still be focusing on tapping your cards. Tap, 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 tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to tap it like in order or whatever. Just make sure you're tapping the cards. The Musketeer has reached your furnace in multiple games now. If you want to defend against this, like you can go ahead and ignore, like you can ignore this Ice Golem. You can drop Mega Minion on top of the Musketeer. You can drop Ice Golem Mega Minion, but you just have to be quick enough to catch it, because he's been getting your furnaces for free. In this game and other games, when he shouldn't even be touching it. Yep. Go ahead. You just like made a pretty big move on me. I would start be setting up my furnaces right now. You should know that the left side wasn't going to get anything because one furnace was damaged. If one furnace is damaged, even one, it's not going to get through to the tower. So the Ice Golem was a throwaway.
In this position, I could have a rocket to kill the elite barbs.
Yeah, but like you have to be super fast because elite barbs are OP.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have to look more like a prediction rocket. It's not a reaction rocket. Reaction rocket can happen with like Mega Minion, Musketeer. But when the games get this close, most likely what you're going to be doing is sending miners, and then you hover, and then you just drop rocket right on top of the miner. That's what miner rocket looks like at the late game. It's not miner, and then they play something, then you rocket. They play into your rocket. Even if you miss it, that's okay because you're practicing. You're gonna get it sometimes, and you're not gonna get it other times. But later on, you're gonna watch over again, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this works now." If I know where his cycle is, like, okay, he only has Mega Minion to defend. I'm gonna send out Miner Rocket. If he defends this, he loses his Mega Minion, plus he loses tower damage. If he doesn't defend it, Miner gets rocket damage plus a free miner on the tower.
No.
Don't feel afraid to just play archers. Your archers are pretty good. On the left side, you could just play archers on the left, zap the fire spirits, the archers take out the mega minion. Then you can drop ice golem and it becomes like this little attack with archers. Instead, you didn't play anything and now he has this like musketeer on the board, and with the fire spirit help, the musketeer locks onto the tower and kind of takes it out.
No.
You have to drop mega minion here. 4 fire spirits do an insane amount of damage. 1 fire spirit does an insane amount of damage. 4 can single-handedly lose you the game.
And now OP Rocket.
OP Rocket. OP Rocket.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, let's watch your graveyard replay. Are you comfortable against graveyard?
I know how to defend it with archers and maybe a cannon on displays here, but I just hate it because even if you defend it with so much elixir, they will get so much damage. Most of the time, if I have an ice golem, I try to play it down here so he walks on the line to the tower, so every skeleton spawns attacks him. But yeah, I still hate the card.
I hate the card too, but you should know how to play against it, especially with how the meta is kind of going right now. Here you take it out. The Lecture Wiz, you can't leave the Lecture Wizard alone. If an Lecture Wizard gets to the tower, it does it does 200 if it can hit alone.
Yeah.
If it hits, even if it doesn't hit alone, it does 100 each time. You have to deal with it. I think this rocket is totally fine here. If we go back into the replay and watch, alright, pause it. The rocket is, even if it missed, the fact that you did it is good. I think it's good. If you go back and watch, to do his graveyard push that he did, he essentially did something close to an all-in. He essentially did what Lava... You know, remember that game where the dude just played like Lava Hounds?
Yeah.
With the Musketeer? He did that same thing. So a rocket to punish that is completely fine, especially when he overextends with like a whole nother bowler. It's not bad. You have your furnace up, perfect, and now the game doesn't look that bad.
No.
You do need to be a little bit quicker here.
Yeah.
In this position, it's better to, when you drop Ice Golem, drop Mega Minion right next to it. You want to take out his Mega Minion first. Mega Minion has priority.
Yeah, right, because of the insane damage.
Because it's also air. If you leave it alone, it goes straight for the tower. So the reason why we talked about how bowler, pause it right here too. A lot of decisions. This game has a ton of decisions if you want to do well. Why bowler here? Why not miner a tower or something?
Just because he walks slow.
What does that mean?
He stays behind the back line, and when they approach my side, he will tank for the tower, but will push back both units.
So he's perfect for not leaking elixir in this position. He has a lot of roles here. It's perfect for not leaking elixir. He defends against the push. He is tanky. And when these two units, when both sides reach each other, your tower, it'll be beneficial for you because your tower will be attacking them, and the bowler will be helping you in defense, right?
Yeah.
So we look at your hand. The bowler was the best option here. If you had minored, let's go through the other options and see why they're kind of bad. Why would you not play archers?
Because they walk faster.
Why else?
He can fireball them before, and I don't have them when he graveyard. I need them against his graveyard.
Perfect. So why wouldn't you minor in this position? Like, if we go back in time, if we go back a little bit, he only had Ice Golem out. Why wouldn't you minor there?
Don't know. Waste of elixir.
Yeah, that's it. Because you just rocketed, right?
Yeah.
You just rocketed, which usually in the early game tells the opponent that you're behind. So if you play minor in that position after you're behind, it's like you're digging yourself into a deeper hole.
Yeah.
So if we reiterate here, the bowler was the best option for all of us, for all of these reasons. All right, go ahead. I might just send this VOD just to you though, cause like this is kind of damn. I need to kick myself in the butt for sending this late. I mean, muting myself. So this kind of sucks here that the bowler was like, you know, hitting the tower, but it's not too bad. I'm telling you to rocket right now because he just overextended with graveyard. And a lot of graveyard games become a lot easier if it's a 1-1 tower scenario.
Yeah, just because both towers are king tower and yeah.
This archer positioning.
Yeah, but if I positioned them behind the bowler, his bowler would also push back my archers, and fireball would also hit all.
Yeah. So where else could you have put it?
Maybe up here or down here.
I would put it hugging the bottom side of the tower.
Yeah, right.
So, in like legitimately in between the furnace and the bowler.
Yeah.
Right there. So if he fireballs, he has to pick one or the other. And there's a chance that he can miss one archer. You rocket here, you keep the game going, and immediately you have to start thinking about the game going into overtime. Furnaces are great for graveyards, just buildings in the back are great for graveyards because it minimizes the damage by a lot. So he also doesn't want to really be fireballing your furnaces unless archers are next to them.
Yeah, because archers are nearly a good counter against them.
Yeah, exactly. So this bowler positioning was a little bit too up, forcing you to play on his turf, and I think this is the reason why this Mega Minion lives. If you had played it, if you set up your timing correctly, you can play your bowler so that the bowler can be defended with your towers. You don't take very much damage here. This is the perfect position. Your monitor gets damage, you can rocket. You're not taking like any heat from him. And you can start setting your furnaces. So like in this position, if I look at this, I would say that you're way ahead. So if you do lose this, you need to figure out why you lost this.
No.
What did you do wrong? Did you not keep up your furnaces? Did you misposition your archers? Did you misplay your bowlers? Were you overextending with your minor rockets? Did you mess up your Mega Minion positioning?
I think this Mega Minion was...
Why was that Mega Minion weird? Why are you playing Mega Minions alone when you have an Ice Golem? When you can support it with
I should
archers?
play Ice Golem over here. This would have died. This Ice Golem would slowly walk towards it. The bowler would attack. So this Mega Minion would be here. This bowler here. Electro Wizard on this side and my Ice Golem here. But my bowler would be right here.
Yeah. You need to distract this Electro Wizard, but Yeah, we can just keep going. You can point out your own mistakes. So the next time, you don't really put yourself in a position where you lose here. Now this Mega Minion, like all this entire push lives. Very inconvenient for you. You can still win here. You can still win. You have 2 furnaces. So right here, pause it. See that moment? Like this bowler had a full about like 3-4 seconds before reaching your tower.
Yeah.
Did you have a response? I think you did. You had archers. You could have played furnace. Um, and then like either one of them would have dealt with the fire spirits coming in. Would have dealt with that mega minion and that electro wizard at the front.
Yeah.
And the game would keep going on. But instead,
Yeah, I minored.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
bowler locks
minored
on,
up there.
and that's it. That's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after taking a look at all these games, what are you thinking right now?
Don't know. Not used to this deck, but many mistakes. Not a good play flow, as you could, if you can say it. It was stuttering because I didn't know the right answers against some plays from my opponent. Didn't use the opportunities to rocket and so on.
All those things can be fixed just by watching it and having the reaction next time. It's good that you're going through it. The reason why you're not feeling, the reason why it feels so awkward to play like this is because I'm giving you minor. This is minor in its like rawest form. This is minor in a way where it's not like super straightforward.
Okay.
If someone came to me and they said I love to play Hog Rider, right? And they're really used to this new Hog Rider E-Barbs deck, and I give them Hog Rider with just super cheap units like the one that everybody's playing right now, the 2.6 Hog deck.
Yeah.
If I gave them that, it's the same thing. I'm giving them Hog Rider in its rawest form. I'm not giving them an easy Hog Rider. So if you're able to play that well, you can play any of that archetype well. Yeah, like you have the deck and it's just fireable right there. As opposed to like Hog, E-Barbs, Log, Fireball, I don't know, deck like that. Do you have any questions?
No.
Nothing?
No. I think it's at the moment it's practice with the deck and seeing my faults.
Let me see if there's anything else. So if I were to give you a checklist of things I want you to work on again, I want you to work on furnaces, like getting up your furnace game, like playing games around your furnace. If you can take out like a notepad or whatever, that'd be perfect. Then you can start working on it. So like playing to your furnaces, reaction times to other cards. Like I want you to focus on practice tapping your cards. If you have trouble with remembering what tapping is, you can come back and ask me. Unfortunately, like I don't have that part of the VOD recorded because I completely messed up there. But I think there were issues when it came to that. I think playing in if you were given dual lane pressure, I think you sort of panicked a lot too.
Hmm.
Like there were a Mega Minion coming down one lane, archers coming down the other lane, you would freeze up. So if I want do that, I would focus on like fixing one problem at a time, slowly. Like answer this and then answer that. You don't have to play it so that it looks like you're playing both lanes at the same time.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how to put that into like a check phrase, but anything else? Definitely watch all your losses. There's a lot that you can learn from your losses.
Hmm.
Uh, Writing down what you could have done better after every game.
Hmm.
I guarantee you that if you're really watching it, the same problems are going to keep coming up. And if these things keep coming up for you, you just have to keep playing. Just keep playing to those weaknesses.
Huh. I think I have to use this modification for ladder.
Yeah,
Or
that's fine if you want to use for ladder. The thing about ladder is I don't really want you to learn too much from ladder. Like ladder is inherently an unfair playing field.
I know, and but the main problem is the furnace is level 7, so I can't use it on a ladder.
Yeah. That's fine. Preferably, I would just want you to learn from Grand Challenge or like even playing zones right now, so that
Yeah.
you're not sidetracked with ladder. Ladder is
I know, ladder is just for fun. I know that's why I have every card on tournament standard and not maxed out like
yeah.
this app.
It's like for fun and for practicing just basic fundamentals. Basic, just like making sure that you're hitting all your cannons, making sure that you're not messing up zap timings, making sure that you're not throwing away stuff for free.
Yeah. Do you think bold is better than guards in this spot? Or is there
Bowlers,
any or is there any place
it's
for my guards, because
I think
they're
it's
obviously a
safer.
little
I think it's safer. I would probably run
this way?
bowler. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks totally fine. Um, Let me see if there's anything else here. I want to go in with you. You have minor positionings down, I think.
Oh.
Oh yeah, work on like not playing your minor so that they have to walk a little bit. That little delay is actually kind of big. You're missing one hit every single time you do that.
Yeah, that was when I played the minor on this place. But if I have to play it on right on the tiles, right to the tower, not on the edges, but on the
Yeah.
edge. I play it on this edge if I have taken one tower.
Yeah.
So the
That's
miner
fine.
doesn't take king tower damage.
Yeah, that's like the exception. Other places you want the miner hugging the tower
Yeah,
so that
right.
it can start its damage right away.
Yeah.
Splitting archers, you know how to do. Yeah, I think for now, I think those are the biggest things I just want you to work on. I think those
No.
are holding you back. Don't deviate too much while you're trying to learn right now. I know you don't like this deck, but I want you to learn this deck.
Yeah.
If you get tired of this, I don't really want you to like switch over to minor poison or anything. Just go ahead and play like a regular hog deck or whatever.
Okay.
But when you want to learn, play this deck.
Yeah.
I tell you this because there are always going to be people who get bored, right? They get bored and then they'll do a 180. They'll be playing Lava Hound, and then they'll be playing Spellbait, and then they'll be playing Miner, and then they'll be playing Giant, then they'll be playing Mortar. But when you do that, you split up your experience so many times that you don't get anything real out of it.
Hmm.
I think if you watch like the best players play, they'll have like a specialty. They'll have this thing that they spend so much time in, and they'll know every question to it, every minutia of it.
Yeah.
That's why they always have a response to whatever situation they're given.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, I want you to have that for this deck. You don't see it right now, but when I talk to you again about Furnace versus Furnace or this against Graveyard, you're gonna have every answer for me. You're gonna be able to
just
see
because
it.
of the experience. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I think that was 2 hours. I will try to upload this soon and probably put like a voiceover over the first few. I don't know. I caught it. I think at the first game or the second game or something. Once I saw that it wasn't recording my voice, but
Okay.
yeah. Hopefully people can get something out of like the second half. I think the second half had just as much information as the first one. Any other questions you have, just email me. If you want another coaching session, just set that up with me too.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Well, thanks for the help. Have a good new year, and I think we will see you. I will see you in the stream. So
Yeah. Have a good New Year.
yeah, same. See ya.
Okay. I think that was it. I know that was a lot, but I'm gonna try and upload this video. As I said before, the first half of the video, I wasn't recording my voice, so I might just cut that out. But you have this last half. Yep. See you guys later.